advertisers. We welcome new advertisers, Palmer Family Chiropractic, Dr. James Palmer and Sarah Palmer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You may have seen these folks throughout the community at events. You guys have been very proactive in getting involved in the community in just what, how many years?
2 years. We celebrated 2 years last week.
Last week, 2-year anniversary.
Thank you. August 2nd.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I first saw you at a community event, and I've seen you at several since. Why participate? Why show up at these kinds of things? What does it mean to you guys?
So we're very big on educating the public on chiropractic. The big misconception about chiropractic is that it's only for pain. And not a lot of people realize that their nervous system controls everything in their body. And as long as you want that to function well, you should maintain your spine and your nervous system. And so coming back to Jackson, we're just very passionate about getting the public and most people to understand the importance of their spine. Not long ago people didn't understand the importance of taking care of their teeth with dentistry, and now it's just common knowledge that you need to brush and floss every day. And so we wanted to make sure that we're doing our part, that we help make that common knowledge.
And when you say coming back to Jackson, you went away to school, right? To a school named Palmer. Any relation?
No, not at all. It didn't even get me a discount in tuition. I wish it had. But yeah, it is the first chiropractic college in the world. And from there, it's really branched out. Now there's about 15 chiropractic colleges in North America.
Sarah, you, while not a doctor, have a clinical and medical background. Tell us a little bit about your role in the practice.
So I'm a person that wears many hats. I do everything in the office, from greeting the patients, taking x-rays, doing the marketing. The only thing I don't do is I don't adjust and I don't diagnose on x-ray.
Well, good thing you have someone in the office that does. And
Yes.
That's for sure. Do you specialize in certain areas of chiropractic practice?
Yeah, so our main area of specialty is known as structural correction. So when you look at a spine or a person from the front, their spine should be straight, hips should be level. As you look at a person from the side, their neck should have a curve in it, same in the low back like a banana, and then also another curve in the mid back going the opposite way at 45 degrees. And so we work to straighten the spine and take the curves out of it that you don't want or shouldn't be there, and restore the curves in the spine that should be there.
So what gets someone a curved spine? Is it the bad posture or standing on their feet too long? Or?
Yeah, we're all fighting it these days. So with curvature of the spine, it could be, scoliosis, which doesn't always start from an injury or an accident. It could start from birth. But then, as you mentioned it, posture, we're sitting at desks, we're driving, we're doing computer work.
We're on our phones.
We're on our phones. We're all doing this all day. And so it's very easy. This is the most common thing that I see, and it takes all of the good curve out of your neck. And in fact, your head is about 8 to 10 pounds for your neck to hold up, and full flexion like this, it's about 60 pounds for your neck to hold up. And when you think about the youth who might sit there on a phone for 5 or 10 or 20 minutes or longer, it really starts to take the good curve out of the spine and retrain the ligaments to hold that posture as well.
Yeah.
Text neck is a real thing.
Yeah.
Not just a smartphone, but just, everybody's on a computer, everybody's on a screen.
Yeah. Or driving, or something. So yeah, it becomes real important, because we, kind of like with your teeth, everything that you do goes against what you did in the morning to get them good. To brush them, you eat and then you go to sleep and you drink coffee and you drink soda and all these other things. So
yeah, so it's just being aware of how you're sitting or how you're walking or how you're standing. You gotta pay attention to
Absolutely.
yourself.
It's a window into health.
You brought some photos of you guys at work. And also the practice. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's us with one of our toddler patients. I won't say infant, and man, she's been getting really good results. When she came in, it was strictly for immune system and ear infections, and she came in because Dad came in. Dad came in because of lower back pain. He drives all day, and since she's been coming in, Mom and Dad have said that she's made a head and shoulders difference with her ear infections and her immune system. This is me doing a cervical adjustment or a neck adjustment, and it's straight traction. I'm actually pulling him toward that poster behind him there, and not really doing much rotation there in his neck at all.
And it looks like it could be hurting the patient, but it's not.
No, it doesn't. It hurts so little, he let me do the other side,
It's like, it's one of those,
Yeah, it is. It looks worse than what it actually is. This thing here I'm doing, it's a gun I use in the practice called an arthro stem. And we have a couple settings that we use, one for muscle and another for bone. And essentially it really complements the adjustment, and it's like getting 2 adjustments in one with that.
I was going to ask you about the family.
Yeah, this is the family. This is us in Austin earlier this year on the Austin River. And there's our oldest son. He's a caddy out to the country club. I know he knows your boys there. And our younger son there, Braylon, he's 9. And then our daughter, Sarah Marie.
When you were in Austin, was it 120 degrees?
It was perfect.
Really?
It was spring break, 80-degree weather. It was awesome.
Had you ever been there before?
Yes, my older brother lives there.
Oh, great.
That was our kid's first time visiting Austin.
Yeah, this was us a few weeks ago, about a month ago at the Gus Macker. We were there doing spinal screenings, as you can see on the screen there behind me, and I was also doing KT taping, and helping this particular athlete with his knees and getting ready for the competition.
Tell us about that tape, because I noticed, like Justin Thomas wears that on his arms. And what is that? What is the function of that?
So what that does is it's mainly for muscle injury. And so it'll compress an injury and help support the soft tissues so that it'll give the athlete more endurance and stamina, so they can participate more and more like they're used to with an injury in their particular sport. And it's elastic athletic tape, and so from my experience, it depends on where you put it and how rigorous the activity is, but it's designed to last somewhere about 3 days. But out there at the Gus Macker with really hot, sweaty legs and knees and a lot of friction with people moving, it didn't last quite 3 days for people, but it was it really helped. In fact, I noticed that one of the champs had came over before and got taped up, so I didn't say anything, but I took a look. I was like, oh, it was the tape. It was the tape.
Take credit. Now, Sarah, when people call, they don't know what they need. You mentioned. James, you mentioned you had a patient that was there for their immunotherapy, and so people might have what you think is not connected to the spine at all. That doesn't matter, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So what's the first step? People might have something, they don't even know what's wrong with them. They make an appointment. Do you have like an introductory evaluation, or how does that work?
Yes, so we do have an introductory evaluation. For $56, they can come in and have a full examination consultation, any digital x-rays that they need to have taken as well, if they're necessary. All that's covered under the $56.
And we see
There
athletes.
are some, stipulations, but if anybody has any questions, just give us a call, like depending upon some of their insurance, like Medicare and things like that.
And we saw athletes that you've got, performance. Just if no one has, they feel fine, like the basketball player.
Yeah, 100%. It's from the person who has the worst back pain or neck pain in the world to someone, I've adjusted, children that were 2 days old.
2 days old?
Yeah, 2 days old.
Wow.
That, an infant wouldn't have a complaint. Our oldest client right now is 89, so literally from cradle to grave. And it's because only 6 to 10% of your nervous system feels pain. The rest of it's doing functions in your body you've never told your body to do, like keep me alive at night while I sleep, or heal this cut on my arm, or let me know when I'm hungry, or when I'm not hungry anymore and I'm done with this food, let me know when to get rid of it. Like, we've never had to tell our body to do this stuff,
Right.
but it does it because of your nervous system. And I always explain it to patients that, you know, your spine protects your nervous system controls every function in your body. And so therefore, function's going to equal health, because if you know, you want your heart to function well, you want your lungs to function well, you want your stomach to function well, so your structure is going to equal your health. And so that's why I said to you a few moments ago that, you know, your posture is a window into your health, because if you got forward head posture, you're bent over, versus someone who's standing up straight, you know, it's not hard to visualize who's the healthier person.
Yeah, so people have sleep posture, and you see pillow companies that advertise that you're supposed to sleep a certain way with your head at a certain elevation. Other people say, oh no, you should sleep with no pillows, or you sleep on your side, or you sleep. There's so many different. How do you recommend people sleep that is the best way to take care of your spine?
The best posture, I always recommend on their back. In our office, our patients get started with a home care kit. And in there's 2 sets of rolls that are for sleeping, because your nervous system is the only system in your body out of 13 that speeds up when you go to sleep. Everything else slows down. So we want to get that in the best position possible so that it can send the messages from the brain to the spinal cord back up to the brain as fast as possible. Now, if someone has a different health concern, of course there would be a better sleeping posture, you know, for being pregnant versus, you know, having aching low back pain. You know, it might be more comfortable for someone to sleep in a reclined posture or on a certain side. But generally, as a general rule, I always say, you know, sleeping on your back is the best way. And then on your side with your head as neutral as when you stand or sit. You don't want it to be sagging to one side or pushed up to the other side. Pillow between the knees to help take stress off the low back will be the second best way. And then the worst way is going to be on the stomach with the head turned to the side, and because it takes all the good curve out of the spine, plus gravity's constantly acting on you, so it's a force that acts. So most of the time when I meet someone and they tell me, you know, like, oh, I messed my neck up this morning, I need, you know, to get adjusted, they're often a stomach sleeper.
Yeah, well, I don't know how people can do that, because I can't.
I can't anymore either.
No, but I get it. I can see how
I
that
used
can
to.
make a difference.
I did too. I'm
Yeah.
converted 100% to side and back.
So you have room for new patients?
Yes, absolutely. We try to get new patients in as fast as possible. Usually within a week. It depends on their availability. We can get them in morning or afternoon. We work Monday through Friday, and late on Monday. So
Where are you?
we're up on Lansing Avenue by Stonegate Farms, in between the 2 entrances of Stonegate Farms. So about 2 minutes north of Lansing and Parnell, up in the Northwest School District.
Awesome. Great to see you both. Thank you.
Man, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
The owners of Palmer Family Chiropractic, Dr. James Palmer and Sarah Palmer.